Hello, Leaping Lizards. Here is a little bit of a recap of our lesson for 7.12 live lesson today. Today we learned all about corresponding parts, okay? And corresponding parts are pretty simple once you get your mind wrapped around it, all right? Corresponding parts are parts that match up on two different scaled copies, okay? So for instance, let's look at this first part of our grid here, all right? These are two scaled copies, right? If we make A, B, C, D the original, well, this is a scaled copy. It's actually 2 times the size of the original, and it's in the same shape. It's not distorted, and it has all the same angles, right? The angles in this square don't change to the copy. So we have scaled copies. We're going to look specifically at corresponding points on this one. All right. So if we look at this, we're looking for points that match up. So if we look at the original A, B, C, D, notice here's point A. It's in the top left. Well, the corresponding point to point A is actually point E on this scaled copy because it's also in the top left. It's the point in the top left. So these are corresponding points. Another example of corresponding points, well, if I look at point C here, it's the bottom left point. So if I go to this square, the bottom left point is point G. So those are also corresponding points. Now let's look at corresponding sides. So I have my same 2 scaled copies, and we're going to look up here at line segment CD or side CD. If I'm looking for the corresponding side, I have to go over to my scaled copy, and notice I'm going to look at this bottom side because it's the bottom side that matches up with CD. So our corresponding sides are line segment CD and line segment GH. If I wanted to find the line segment or the side that corresponds to FH, well, that's the right side of our square. So I could look at my original. Well, this is the right side of my square over here. So BD and FH are also corresponding sides or line segments. And finally, we can look at corresponding angles. So again, same pair of scaled copies here. Let's take a look at this angle here, right? Because remember, an angle measures kind of like how many degrees there are between 2 sides when they meet, okay? So if I'm looking at angle B, it's in the top right corner. So if I want to find its corresponding angle, I'm going to look at angle F. Now we're going to use these things, corresponding points, when we get to finding scale factor. You're going to have to be able to know which points, sides, and angles are all corresponding. Now notice up here I wrote angle B and angle F, but I also wrote this. So I just wanted to point out that we can also name an angle, not just by its vertex or the part where the 2 sides meet, but we can also name it by kind of like the sides that create the angle. So this is also ABD, angle ABD, or we could even call it angle DBA, right? As long as that B is in the middle, it doesn't matter. So angle ABD also corresponds to angle EFH. So that's why I have those 3 there. Hopefully this helps on finding what corresponding parts are. So have a good day. Bye. Mask up like the cobra, all right?